Cyberspace. What kind of space is cyberspace? Is it comfy, large, limiting? Do we need to pay rent? Does it belong to someone? Can we breathe there? Is it like outer space? Inner space? According to John Perry Barlow, in A Declaration of the Independence of Cyberspace, ours is a world that is both everywhere and nowhere, but it is not where bodies live. So, does that help? He uses the word ours, but who is that? Does that include me? What about my mom? He goes on to say it is both everywhere, but I can't seem to see it, and nowhere, and now I definitely can't see it. He says that it is not where bodies live. So we can access it not with our bodies per se, but with our souls? It almost sounds like a sort of afterlife. The term cyberspace was first coined by William Gibson in his novel Neuromancers in 1984. According to Gibson, cyberspace is a consensual hallucination, creating a world. It's not really a place. It's not really a space. It's notional space. So, perhaps alter life versus afterlife would be a better description. How exactly does my email go from my inbox to yours? When I speak with you on the phone, through which space do our voices travel, or our texts for that matter? What exactly are they accessing when a traveling couple uses their iPhone to check a map for directions? In all of these examples, neither time nor space act as barriers. Phenomenal. So, along this abstract line of thought, it would be better to think of the word cyberspace as a metaphor, which according to Chun, in Bastard Culture, promises a new space in which to realize utopian concepts. Indeed, what we call cyberspace has gone by many different names, depending on which political or scholarly mouth it is uttered by. From information superhighway to the World Wide Web, to hyperspace and to Web 2.0, this space of unthinkable complexity is a sort of place we all live in. But what is this place primarily for? The networking of information from around the world? The light speed interaction of economic exchange and growth? Or is it a place to create a civilization of the mind in cyberspace, as Barlow proudly declares? If cyberspace is a metaphor illustrating a utopian ideal, what type of utopia do we have? Although in compliance with the American Fifth Amendment of free speech, this anonymity of being in cyberspace factors in many problems. We cannot ignore the amount of bullying amongst teenagers on Facebook, or the videos of sexual trafficking on various pornographic sites, or the blogs devoted to hate speech. In this space, where anyone, anywhere, may express his or her beliefs, no matter how singular, without fear of being coerced into silence or conformity, as Barlow states, how can we prevent such exploitation? Furthermore, there are fears that the major conglomerates are successfully intent on colonizing cyberspace, converting the open prairie into virtual shopping malls, according to David Gauntlet and Ross Horsley and their work titled Web Studies. With the increased curation on part of search engines, Google, and social networking sites, Facebook, to sell users products, it's no surprise that Bruce Sterling ascertains that people, some of the millionaire entrepreneurs, are in technophilic ecstasy, boldly comparing cyberspace to the telephone, the automobile, the Wright Flyer, and the personal computer. To try and define cyberspace would only limit something that does not have real shape or form. One thing we can deduce, however, is that with the financially and politically motivated transnational corporations dominating, and the lack of regulation on anonymous users, cyberspace is not more humane and fair than the world our government has made before, as Barlow believes.